Hello. Give me 1 second. OBS decided to forget all of my shit, which is awesome. Okay, back in business. For some reason, my computer decided to log me out of literally everything. Just to make me more pissed off. Would you look at that? Okay, we're gonna work on some modeling projects. I'm still moody from my car getting stolen, so I don't know if I'll be doing my best work, but oh my god, I have these little flies that live in the soil on my house plants, and no matter what I do, gotcha bitch, they just come back. I bought all these fancy pesticides to kill them, and they just still come around. But I don't know where they come from, but they make me seem like I'm a psychopath because I'm just swinging. Someone just was watching it for a while or something, because it was in an underground gated garage with cameras and everything, and they broke into it, punched out the ignition cylinder and hotwired it and drove it away. And I had been working on that car for 7 years, and it was the most valuable thing I own. So, owned. I don't own it anymore. It's gone. So yeah, no, it's been a great week, needless to say. Not the greatest. Not the greatest week. And then there's even like camera footage of the people, and the police don't really care. There's like a detective that's supposedly working on it, but he has yet to even like reach out. And I like sent them all these photos and evidence and stuff, and like I called them like 4 times, and they just don't really care apparently. Welcome to the United States. Our cops only care about beating up minorities and shooting people in broad daylight on camera. Heaven forbid they do something helpful and like actually recovered stolen goods. Yeah. Where's the... Here's my car that I used to own. Oops, not that picture. Yeah, it's a right-hand drive. Imported from Japan, Nissan Silvia. Probably the only white gold two-tone Nissan Silvia in the city. So that was fucking horrible. But we're here. I figure work on some design projects and mess around will distract me. We have this thing that we were working on before. Yeah, it had wheels that I designed on it too. Let's see if I have a picture of the wheels. Yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna sell the thing, because like the wheels are the only set of those in existence, because I designed them for myself. But who knows? Yeah, here's the side of the car with the wheels I designed on it. Yeah. But it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Anyways. So we have this thing that I have been working on. I might work on a bit more. Also, I've been working on this rifle stock for a 22. Is kind of fun to work on. I might work on this for a little while. Scenes, main scene. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I might work on this stock a little bit. I dropped the barrel and stuff off at Gunsmith to get the barrel cut down. And now I'm designing the stock. So basically, I need to either redesign the back of this so that I need to have like an adjustable cheek riser, so that I can adjust like where this top section is, and then I need to add a like back pad on there as well, because that's not like the most comfortable thing to wedge into your arm. I got myself re-addicted to nicotine over the week because I was so pissed off with my car getting stolen. So that'll be fun to get over here next week. Let's see. Yeah, I need to do a little cheek riser thing. There's a, let's see. Let me pull up. There's one that I wanted to base it off of. I can find the picture of it. Yeah, so I wanted to design the cheek riser off of this thing. So that looks like really simple. Just like 2 bolts to tighten, and you can raise this up and down, and it means that you can like angle it and stuff. So I think I'm gonna design it after that. Let's see. But I need a couple parts. I need basically places for oh my God, stitching. Places for the bolts to go into up there. But oh, we need to see how far back. You probably, the bolt probably goes back to like the end of that thing. Yeah, so on a previous stream I designed and modeled this thing. It has this main piece here. It's split into pieces so that it can be printed better. Main piece, and then this kind of foregrip thing that slides on using like a standard Picatinny rail. And it has like M-lock slots in it, which is like a standard way of attaching rails and accessories and stuff that's used pretty openly. And then I have this back section that is also attached using, I haven't made the cutout for it yet, but it's also made attached using just like a standard rail there. And then you can put standard AR-15 like pistol grips on here, but I have one that I modeled here that my plan is it's going to attach to this piece, which will go back here and kind of brace it, and then it also kind of hints back to the VSS. Which I always thought was like a really cool firearm in like video games and stuff. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's like a antiquated Russian firearm, but I like how this like stock is on the back of that. So I wanted to add a kind of like a little brace that boxed this in and kind of like hinted back to that a little bit, and then also maybe add a little bit more structural rigidity to this whole stock area. Yeah. Okay, so we need to add bolt holes. Okay, make that a little bit bigger. And Then let's see, what kind of hardware? So these are I don't know what size hardware to do on this. Let's see what we got. Oh, so you can just order thumb screws from here too, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. Either like these raised ones might be the best. M4. What's going on here? Why is this seized? Man, why are all my things broken? Oh. Something got in this. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay. Anyways. I always have calipers on my desk because it helps you like visualize how big stuff is. And so like when I'm looking at hardware, I'm like M4 because I'm like, what is 4 millimeters really? So M4 is probably good. Let's see. And then okay, distance between that is 20 millimeters. So we do 20 millimeters. Okay, product detail. Okay, and then the knob on that is 16 millimeters. Okay, those should work great. Those should work good. And then we want them on the outside, so like if the bolt is on this side, then we probably want the thumb screws on that side too, so they're not like up against your face. And then we're going to be lazy and do this way so I don't have to. So I know that these are locked in and in the center of this area. And then the screw is M4, which means it's 4 millimeter diameter, and we can't make it exactly 4 millimeters. Wait. 1. Just do 4.15. That's just 1.5. Okay. Let's make them like 30 millimeters apart. Let's see what 30 millimeters is. 30 millimeters. Oh no, because the screw heads are 16. Okay, so they need to be a little bit farther apart, so like the screws are not. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring the hardware in now so I can see how that looks. And McMaster Car, I don't know about in other countries, but at least in the US, it's super easy to order hardware, and they have like every single bolt. And what's really cool is they have 3D models of all of their stuff. And they have a add-on for Solidworks so that I can just import parts directly into my assembly, and then at the end it will even create me a parts list to order from, which is awesome. So if I bring, come on in, there we go. Sweet. Yeah, so here is that piece of hardware that I just found on that website. Then we can get an idea. Go, Jesus, go away. Okay. We can get an idea of like how that thing's gonna sit and whether it's gonna be like in the way. And that's pretty good right there. We need to bring a second one in. Okay, so now they're linked together, which is nice. Cool, and that looks pretty good. So now I just need to create the like cheek weld or the cheek rest situation that interacts with that. 20 millimeters. Okay. All right. Just thinking about how I want to do this. Let's just do it this way. Put some guidelines right here. Oops. There those. Then we need slots on there. No, I made this separately, then I could adjust it in the model. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I lied. We're gonna do it a different way. So if I make this cheek rest as a separate part, then I can move it around and like test how it works in the assembly, which is gonna be cool. Okay, 20 millimeters. Okay, I think my memory is. I always forget stuff. Okay, 40 millimeters. Cool. Oops. Alright, so we got that. We got our little slot for. Okay, like how much adjustment do we need? Start out with like 40 millimeters of adjustment. Or 30. Let's see how that looks. Okay. I need to picture how this thing looks. This should be a block. Okay. It's like hard to picture how this thing's gonna look on here. No. Okay. Figure out how. Hmm. Mm-hmm. It's always hard to picture how I want something to look when it's just not there yet. I guess we can just make a big block and then go from there. Kind of just like block it in. Okay, so the gap in there's 20 millimeters, and then we need space for the wall of it. So it's 5 millimeters. Let's do 30. how do I make this slide along the slot? That's the question. Slot. Slot. Well, that's cool. Yeah, see. Wham, 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 wham. Standard. Okay. Alright, boom. Oops. Sideways. What? Okay, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Sweep, 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 sweep. But obviously that looked like shit, so... And that goes way too high, too. So it doesn't actually need to go that high. It's like... that goes into the scope. Well, let's see actually where the scope's gonna be. Scope rings. All right. Or wait, I forgot, what does this scope have on there? Okay, that's it. H6. Okay. So I modeled this for the scope that's on there. Doesn't even say what the scope. Okay, 30mm scope rings, I guess. Oh yeah, here, scope tube size mount, 30mm. Okay, 30mm scope mounts. These are so expensive. Why is it like $300 for just metal that holds a scope on? That's unhinged. How are the heights? Let's see. How are scope rings measured? Okay, that's what I thought. It's from the middle. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, cool. That is down the center. That's nice. And that is distance from the top of the rail. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to mate that to this. Oops, not that. The surface, not that. Okay. Base distance 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, not millimeters. Okay, that's pretty high up. I probably want it lower. That looks silly. Any lower rings that I can base this design off of? Seems like 1.5 inch is like the lowest of this style. Situation here. It does seem to stick up a lot though. That looks really low. It's still a 1.5 inch. Interesting. Alright, so 1.5 inches is the standard. That looks kind of silly sticking up off the top there, but whatever. Alright, let's base our design off this because this one looks cool. So I'm gonna make scope rings really quick. Keep getting distracted to different things, but we'll do that. Oh, we gotta find one that has a side profile to make this easier. A side image. Inclination. Oh, see here, lower ones. Yeah, that's cool. Any of these have just like a pure side view. .25. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. .25 inches. Much better. Okay. Okay, front plane. 30 millimeters. I'm just gonna like arbitrarily make this. Okay, that looks pretty thick. Four? Sure. Oh, and then there needs to be room for hardware. Okay, and as always, work smarter, not harder, so we're gonna only have to design a quarter of this. Machined number 10 crossbolts. What's a number 10 bolt? What does that even mean? Number 10 bolt diameter. Oh, so that's just a 1024. Okay. Stupid ass American bolts. If it was like millimeters, then it would just say M4, and I would know it was 4mm diameter. But instead, it's fucking trash. Okay, so diameter is 0.19 inches, so that's like that's huge. 0.19 inches. Okay, it's not that big. I lied. Okay. Yeah, fucking freedom units. Hey, Justin. That was the worst thing when I was working at that machine shop, and I was like, maybe if it's a machine shop, like, they'll fucking they'll like use millimeters. Nope. American machine shops use freedom units. Mirror. Mirror. Okay. Badger ordnance. Whoa, fucking Badger ordnance. Ugh. So silly. Alright, that looks like something. What? Oh. There we go. Alright, now length. I wish this thing said the length of it. Maybe on their own shitty website they'll have it. Specifications. Oh, these are just mismarked. They're not right. Awesome. So now I'm confused. Is this overall height or these people would mark their shit correctly? Ring height. Dude, fucking ugly. Whatever. Okay. That works. Making this way more complicated than it needs to be. Yes, I'm wearing bling. It's my one piece of bling that I own. Also, it has a hidden feature. Brendan likes it a lot. Alright, let's just measure. Oh. $100 millimeters. I know, I want a grill. But like cute grill. Let's see, how big these things probably be. 20? No. 15? 15? Scope. Oops, not measure. Mate. Oh, yes. Oh, is right. Like that-ish. There we go. But we need to have like a bottom section of that. Go down like this. Mirror. And then that's going to go down that 1 inch and 1.25 inches. Oh. Oh, it's so mad. It's so mad at me. And it's upside down. What? What the fuck? Sorry for pointing the gun at you guys. I apologize. Bam! There we go. Oh, it forgot everything. Okay. Okay, like that. Let's see. How far forward does the scope even go? I was like think too far into these things. Oh, this one has the fucking scope real far back. Okay, so maybe it mounts like cantilevered back. Nope, 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 nope. I don't know, it doesn't actually matter. I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now. Oh, but if we're going to use that style of scope rings, we don't even need to do 1 inch. Boop. There we go. Look at that. Bam. All right. What a colossal distraction that was. Boop. Oh, let's see. Actually, before we do that, too, I want it to not be white because that looks silly. Okay, still gonna do that. That's awesome. Sweet. Good enough for science. I'll add the hardware for that in the future. Alright, all that back to this shithole thing. Alright. Beep boop, 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 beep boop. Alright, so it probably doesn't need to have that much adjustment. Just like a little bit for shits and giggles. $15mm of adjustment. Sheep. Uh-oh, it lost the thing. Dude, my dude. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, that's good. Yes, that's what all rifles need is a bing bong button. I'll just have it so it's hooked to the trigger so that since it's going to be suppressed and it's going to be really quiet, that's just going to be a speaker that goes bing bong every time I fire it. God damn it. Yeah, damn it. Alright, then the height of this thing is going to be 20. And then, let's see, going to have a chamfer in the back. I could make this in a much better way, but I'm not going to. And then a little one in the front. Tring. Oh! Actually, no. Before I do that, I want to get a nice shape on this thing. Like that, maybe? That's pretty good. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I need to watch a Wes Anderson movie soon, like Royal Tenenbaums or something. I don't remember if he says wow in that one, but I like that movie. Wow, 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 Wow. That and like Steve Zissou in The Life Aquatic. I think that's my favorite uh Wes Anderson movie. Let's put that in the front. And in the back we'll get a larger fillet. Yeah, he does say that in like too many of his movies. So funny. Wow, man. I like him in the Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's just like the fucking chud football coach, essentially. Okay, there's that. Look at that. Damn, my guessing game is on point. Oh, but it goes out in the front there, doesn't it? 5 degrees. Brother, man. Just do the thing, my dude. Delete that. Then we chamfer it. 2. Oh no, that's... I need 5 degrees. That's too much. There we go. That's pretty sweet right there. Now we do the fillet there. Scoop. Alright, we need to add curve right there. Curve right there. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Dude, I stop playing the ambient shit. I'm gonna fucking fall asleep here. I wonder if I could just stream myself sleeping. Or not sleeping, because I suck at sleeping, but... Alright, I don't really like these little notches. That ain't right. $33.5. Okay. Let us adjust this. My enter key on my numpad just fell off. Dude, it's... Chill the fuck out with the ambient music. Oh my lord. Much better. Now there's no, like, notch there. Yeah, I think, like, it was, like, essentially the thing that started OnlyFans was there was this woman who just streamed her life, like her entire life in her apartment 24/7. And she was like the first person to do anything like that. And I think she made a lot of money, but like she did. I'm probably not like a lot of money in like comparison to like OnlyFans these days, but she started the entire thing just because she just made a website and she just had cameras in her apartment and she just streamed her entire life, like sleeping, going to the bathroom, showering, everything, like people coming over. She just streamed her entire life in her apartment, which is crazy. Diameter is this 8 millimeters. $8.1. Okay, so now I got them. What? Oh, that's diameter, and I just did radius? Oh, yeah, radius. Radius. So radius would be 4 point... If... 4 point... There we go, much better. Skilly-wop. How far back does the bolt go on that thing? I don't know if I have any pictures with the bolt open. No, I do not. Let's see. Savage MKI. Images. Show me with the bolt open. Please, sir. Oh, fuck yeah, there it is. Oh, fuck. Okay, so... Alright, so this thing is this long, and then... The bolt goes like all out to where? Okay, out to about there. Okay, so the end of the dingus goes to there. So I can make this a tiny bit longer. While I'm at it, let's see, 45. All right, let's do that again. Okay, so it was from the front of the bolt to there. And then the front of the bolt goes, oh, Jesus. Front of the bolt goes there. Okay. All right, so I shouldn't have done that. $55 millimeters. Is that good? Ooh wee, that's close, but works. Oh, and we can make a little cutout for it. And I gotta. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I want this bolt to be black too. Everyone knows the aesthetics of things inside your modeling software is very... Oh, and these need to be the 25mm ones, actually, too. There's M4. Nuts. Looking at nuts. Press fit. That's cool. How does that work? That's cool. Okay, I think I could use that. 'Cause then it'll press fit into the thing. Cool. What are these for? Yeah, they look cool. Fuck it. Okay, what's the diameter of this? Radius is 3.35 millimeter diameter. Oh, but it needs to slide. I'm an idiot. So it can't press fit in there. They have lock nuts that have a flange. Lock nuts with curved spring-like water more tightly than. Okay. Okay. $25 length. And okay, I need to resave these as the new part number so that my parts list is the same still. Oh, but they still don't stick out very far, do they? Dang. Well, that sucks. M5 one, the M5 ones are only 25 millimeters max too. What the fuck? It sucks. Do I have to choose a whole new thing? That actually really sucks. Fuck. I don't really know what to do about that. Why do these thumb screws only come at that length? It's aggravating. Look at these. Those are short too. Man, what the fuck, bro? Why you gotta do me like this? What are these stupid ass cops doing out there? Do something else. Find my fucking car. I should go like all up to M6 or something, which I don't even know if there's enough room for that. Fuck me. Okay. Alright, thumb screws may not be the thing that I get to do, looks like. That sucks. Like, I could have big, giant fucking bolts, but that's gonna look silly as hell. There's not even much room for that. Oh, this is like aggravating. Here's what we can do. No, that's not gonna work either. Fuck. Oh. That's annoying. I started to like how that was gonna look. Okay, we need different hardware though. I guess we could just make it so you need an Allen wrench to adjust it. That's like kind of lame. God damn it. Now I gotta do fucking. Alright, let's try these. They're unfortunately not metric. So we're back to freedom units. This is an annoying thing about designing things that you're actually gonna like make. You actually have to like think about the hardware you're gonna use and design things around that instead of just making it however you want. Okay, but this could be pretty sweet though. These look okay. I guess the diameter of that is, what is it? 12 millimeters? 12 millimeters. Is that radius? Get fucked. Diameter. Okay. Cool. 6.1. Alright. And it's more low profile, so that's kind of fun. Okay, I gotta raise this up a bit. Sweet. Alright, actually, okay, whatever. That looks pretty cool. I'm fine with that. Okay. Cursed freedom units. $10.24. And I don't make you do fucking math about this shit. I'm not gonna do freedom math. I'm just gonna put the parts in there and build it around it. I don't care to learn freedom math. And why must it put it in there? You little shit! Oh my god, don't put it in the middle! Jesus Christ. Why do you make me do these things? Dreep. Okay. So that goes there. And it needs to go all the way into the lock nut. Okay, so that's not gonna work actually. Actually, fuck it. Let's just do that. Let's see what happens. Evaluate. Measure. 9 point. It's. Okay, 9 point. Seven. Extruded cut. Oh, you're gonna do what the fuck? Bam. That gonna work? Mirror this cut. No, not that. Fuck. Shit. Okay. Bruh. Whee! Looks like you forgot this slot. The actual fuck. Bro. Sometimes the software makes me so angry. There we go. All right, now do it right. Thank you. Sweet. Now this nut is encapsulated inside of this slot so that it tightens onto the frame and keeps the thing solid. It's not ideal because like I'd like the bolt to clamp onto this, but it should work. It's only a 22. Bam. Would you look at that? Okay. God damn. This thing's just thinking too hard. Alright, the plastic on this is black, so I'm going to change the color of that. That actually looks pretty sweet. Alright, I like that. know, before we do that, let's add a little bit more strength to this thing. Hey, eat some food. I am hungry right now. Bruh. No, I don't like that little like bloop shape right there. Instead, we're gonna do this. There we go, much better. What did we fucking break this time? Good lord. Oh. Alright. I'd say that turned out pretty well. In the render, let's make this thing green, just so we can see it better, see that it is a different object. What the fuck, bro? Alright. At long last, we have a cheek riser on here. This thing looks silly as hell. Yo, this is some fucking goober ass music. I love it. Yeah, that looks nice. There we go. See, now these lines align nicely. And then I like this little butt pad that's on here, so I'm gonna add one of those. My thought is that I can kind of just press some nuts into this surface and then screw it in from the back. What the heck? Offset. No, don't do that. God. What the fuck, man? Select the whole thing, bro. Why you gotta do this to me? Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna flip out. Select the fucking line. Insane fuck. No solution found. It looks like you found a fucking solution just fine. Holy shit, bro. Butt pad. What a fun word. Now we need some grippy on it. Some grippers. Sheesh. Got them grippers. Da-da-da-da. Hello, welcome. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We're doing well. Just designing a rifle stock for 22. Today we did a rising kind of like cheek riser thing, adjustable, and a little butt pad thing. But should be coming along pretty dang well, actually. It's gonna be 3D printed. So this is like a 22 that I own. And then I recently did a Form 1 tack stamp thing for a short barrel rifle and sent it to a gunsmith to get the barrel cut really short, so it's got an 11-inch barrel. And then while it's at the gunsmith and I'm waiting for the ATF to like do all that paperwork stuff, I'm designing this whole thing, and eventually it'll get 3D printed out of I have this like 85% nylon, 15% carbon fiber filament that you anneal in the oven for like 10 hours, and it turns out actually like super strong, unlike like some basic 3D printer filaments. It's like split into parts so that it'll fit on the print bed, So there's like this main chassis bit, and then this foregrip part that fits on with like a standard Picatinny rail. Well, I don't have the real stock. I'm designing the stock, and then I'm gonna 3D print it. Because like the only part of the that of the rifle I'm keeping is like this part, which then bolts into this whole chassis. And it's fun to design stuff, so. And like the stock that it came with was like really basic and boring. And that's what I do on my stream, is design stuff, so that's what we're doing. I feel like this piece needs to be redesigned a little bit, and I need to figure out how it's going to be like attached. So right now it's just kind of like sitting on there. So like it's definitely got to have like a bolt. Oh, whoa, why did that spin like that? Bolt coming through here. But I needed to figure out how it's bolting into this part. It's like the one issue with that is I need to leave room for a screwdriver to be able to get in to bolt it to that. So I need to leave this back section there. But I think I can. Do this front section, fill it in, and put a bolt through that. Ugh. There we go. Oh, but why is... Oh, gross. It's annoying. There we go. Alright, so now we should still be able to get the screwdriver through there. That looks silly. There we go, much better. I think can still print this without supports like this. Ooh. That's a good idea. Convert. What just happened? Bro, I did all that afterwards. Okay. It's aggravating. Oh, did this. There we go. That is wild. SolidWorks always tries to find ways to just fuck everything up. Always. I swear the software has like a mind of its own, and it's just like the most irritating creature. Okay, so I think that should plug in there. Nice. There we go. Cool. That's pretty sweet, actually. Yeah. And now when it's screwed in, this little plug will help it stay aligned correctly. It's pretty awesome. I like this a lot. Let me just make these scope rings actually make sense. That works. Mid-plane. 35. Alright, there now it looks like it's actually on the rail. Just want this piece to look a little bit nicer. It's not like it's like a part that I'm printing, but I just want my little picture, my assembly to look better. Sweet. Actually, instead of this, okay. All right, let's add some hardware to this. I just need to see how much room we have. Okay, probably M4 hardware. It's funny, even though it's a virtual gun, I don't like pointing it directly at the screen. I have like virtual 3D modeled firearm muzzle awareness issues. Like, ah! Alright, M4. And we're just going to use regular socket head screws. We could use the same hardware for like all this stuff. That'd be awesome. That would save money for sure. $15mm distance. Alright, so that's gonna be the screw we will use. Oops. Alright, M4, so then diameter of the through hole be like 4.15. See if we can get away with 2 bolts. That would be pretty sweet if we could do that. Not really much room for that, is there? Does this need to come through? Ah! All right. Apart, and 7mm from the edge there. Oh wow, and that aligns almost perfectly with those. And then the bolt head is 7mm diameter. we're gonna make the extra thing for that. Alright, now let's put the bolts in and see how they sit. It's really nice building stuff like this because you can see the whole parts list, which is awesome. And I always know that like the hardware I'm using is like real and I can actually get it. So when it comes time to like making the thing, there's no like, oh, I designed this around hardware that doesn't exist. Bam. All right. And now we just need a little spot for the nuts to sit. And I'm going to use the locking ones again, because once these go in, they are not going anywhere. So having like nylon lock nuts will be awesome. What? Let me make the window bigger. Fuck. Alright. Black oxide. They don't really need to be high strength. $7mm. Okay. Bruh. Five. Ooh, those are gonna be big. Sure to cut. And I could use like those like press fit things that press in, but I think this would be stronger to actually have it like actually held in there. there, and the threads go through the lock section of the lock nut, so that's good. It's like when you're designing with these like lock nuts, this like section here is nylon, and so like the threads need to like actually bite into that to really make it do anything. So bam. That's pretty sweet. Hello, I'm doing well. How are you? Just doing some 3D CAD modeling. Okay, so we're gonna try to use same exact hardware to hold the butt pad on there. Oh, I don't know about hidden talents. I have a talent for 3D modeling things and 3D printing them, so I'll go with that. Okay, so we're gonna have hardware to hold this thing on. Actually, we're gonna do that an easier way. Mirror 4.15 millimeters. Let's see. 40 millimeters apart works well. Bam. Okay. And then $15 millimeters long. $17. What is this genre? It's like with this like fast drum beat. I like it a lot. It's like makes me want to get stuff done. Offset drum surface. Alright, how deep are... Because we want to make sure that this thing's... Okay, that's 4 millimeters long. Because we don't want, like, the bolts to be, like, sticking out and, like, hitting you in the shoulder. So that'll be good like that. And then we need to add things for the nuts again. What was that? 12 millimeters? Go back to this one and see. Oh, no. 7.5. There we go. Extruded cut. Alright, cool. What, angle? What the hell? What does that even mean? Okay, there we go. There we go. Right. What the hell? Sweet. Okay. That was quick. I'm gonna... whatever. No, that's fine. Bam. Okay, the last one will be putting hardware in this thing. Why is that? What the hell's going on there? Is that at an angle? Okay, that's that one. That's so weird. so strange. Solidworks just doing like really weird stuff where it just like forgets where things are again. Rebuild that. All right, that's much better. There we go. Yep. That's good. .15. Things 8mm. 8mm. Cut 2mm. Okay, that's it. And the bolt can just stick down into there. Actually, wait, no, I need the... This is a nice thing about 3D printing stuff. It's like I can design things that wouldn't really be possible to make in real life. Well, it with like traditional manufacturing methods, I should say. .5. Yeah, and hopefully this thing won't look too silly with this bolt sticking out of the bottom. May actually make this bottom section of this taller just to fix that. Actually, wait, this is deep, so that can actually be recessed farther. Or wait, no, it's not. I lied. Bruh. Okay. God, of course it's gonna fuck everything up. Or, you know what we could do is just make the whole thing thicker so that it's stronger. Okay, 3.5 maybe. There we go. Now it's nice and recessed. It doesn't even look much different. Alright, I'd say that's a lot of practice for a lot of progress for today. That looks pretty awesome. Ooh. Actually, one last thing. So I made that thing thicker. I can recess these ones in farther too. There we go. That looks so much better. And I can recess these nuts farther into while I'm at it. Just hide the hardware better. Oh, but see, then I probably need shorter bolts. That sucks. Alright, so we're not going to do that for now. We'll fuck that pig another day. Pretty sweet. What depth is this cut? 5 millimeters, 25 degrees. Ooh, but that won't work on that. Okay. Alright, well, that was a waste of time. I don't want to think about that, actually. Okay. Okay, alright. Well, I think that's about it for me today. We got a lot of good progress. Or I'll call it. Eat some food, do weekend activities. Hope everyone has a good weekend. I think next time I get on, I'm either gonna work on a set of wheels or possibly finish up this model. Or maybe start printing that one because I actually did get in the things for that. So we can start actually, let me put this thing over on the side here so y'all can see it. Yeah, so we can actually start building this thing, because if we hide the top of this case, see. Here is the circuit board. Could do the stream, the makeup influencer. This is a winter color. It's called black PCB. Yeah. So we got that part. And it comes with cute little antenna. This antenna is probably really trash, but it comes with an antenna. It comes with the hardware, comes with charging cable, all that. And we have the batteries for it. So, I might try and get some stuff printed for next stream, so maybe we can like assemble one of these things. That'll be really fun. I'm excited to see this thing in real life. The hard part is gonna be this part and this part, because both of those are rubber, and so I'm gonna have to 3D print molds and mix some rubber, like 2-part or whatever rubber from Plasticare, I think it's called. They sell different like it's different like stiffnesses of silicone and various rubbers. And so I need to make a mold and then make my own kind of like mini injection molding thing to create these 2 rubber pieces. Other than that, the rest of this is just going to be 3D printing. This piece I'm going to have to get cut from metal, unfortunately. I might just 3D print it initially to test it out. And then if I like it, then I'll get it made out of metal. But that'll be really cool. So hopefully do something to do with that next stream on Tuesday. But yeah, thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I shall return on Tuesday. Maybe play some games this weekend on stream if I'm feeling up for it. I've been depressy and stressy, and most of the video games I play are not very calming. So, it's not been that fun to be playing video games lately, but we'll see how I'm feeling. Hope everyone